The View hosts have got themselves into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against.
Talk about daytime drama. The View just got hit with one of its biggest bombshells yet. Joy Behar, one of the show's most outspoken and longest-running co-hosts, has officially made her exit. And trust me, this isn't some quiet farewell. We're talking backlash, lawsuits, and a full-blown social media storm. So what could possibly push out one of the most recognizable voices in daytime TV? Buckle up, because this story is dripping with controversy, irony, and plenty of finger-pointing. Let's dive into the explosive details behind Joy Behar's shocking departure and why it's got the gossip world in overdrive.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job.
And just like that, Joy Behar found herself at the center of a firestorm. During a recent episode of The View, a show famous for its heated debates, Behar made a comment that left audiences stunned. While discussing Caroline Levitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary under Donald Trump, Behar suggested that Levitt only got the job because of her looks. Yep, you heard that right. In a show that constantly preaches about equality and merit, Behar threw out a remark that many saw as downright sexist. And let's just say, the backlash was immediate.
Joy Behar stunned viewers when she said Donald Trump's press secretary, 27-year-old Caroline Leavitt, only secured her position because of her good looks.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
The comment was bizarre, especially coming from Joy Behar, who is as woke as they come and positions herself as a champion of feminism. This online commentator said, "Disgusting Joy Behar of The View accuses Caroline Leavitt of being hired only because Donald Trump thought she was a 10.
Behar's comment wasn't just a misstep, it was a full-blown nosedive into controversy. Caroline Levitt, at just 27, made history as the youngest White House press secretary. But instead of acknowledging her impressive resume, including stints as a communications director for major Republican campaigns and work in Trump's first administration, Behar dismissed her with a shallow, appearance-based jab. And the reaction? Instant outrage. The audience gasped. Co-hosts looked visibly uneasy, and Alyssa Farah-Griffin, a former Trump staffer, wasted no time clapping back. She reminded Behar that this wasn't Levitt's first rodeo. It was just her first press briefing.
Clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Then came the online firestorm. Social media lit up with criticism from all sides, with users pointing out the glaring hypocrisy. If a Republican said this, they'd be crucified, one person tweeted. Another added, Joy Behar just proved The View only supports women who agree with them. The backlash was swift, brutal, and impossible to ignore.
She's been around for some time, but how's this? She's just 27, but she's fantastic. This is the brand new press secretary representing the president.
And just when things couldn't get any messier, Caroline Levitt took matters into her own hands. Instead of letting Behar's remark fade into the media cycle, she went straight for the jugular, filing a lawsuit for defamation and character assassination. According to the legal complaint, Behar's comments weren't just offhand remarks. They were false, malicious, and intended to discredit Levitt in the public eye. This wasn't just a lawsuit. It was a seismic blow to both Behar and ABC, the network behind The View. Suddenly, what started as a controversial comment turned into a full-blown legal and PR nightmare.
And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Mm-hmm. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
Behind the scenes, ABC was in full-blown crisis mode. Executives scrambled to figure out their next move. Should they issue a public apology, suspend Behar, or go for the nuclear option and cut ties altogether? Meanwhile, The View's staff was reportedly split. Some rushed to defend Behar, while others quietly admitted the situation had spiraled out of control. Behar has faced controversy before, but this time, the stakes were sky high. The combination of a lawsuit and intense public backlash backed ABC into a corner, forcing them to make a decision they couldn't afford to get wrong.
Yes, and as you mentioned, with conservative women, there's a long list of that, both of Trump's previous press secretaries, females, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany, other figures like his campaign manager the first time, Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Palin very famously had to bear the brunt of a lot of this. So people are used to that. I think in their bubble of the audience that The View speaks to, that's probably kind of what the group think is. So she...
Adding fuel to the fire, reports emerged that ABC executives had been locked in emergency meetings for days leading up to Behar's departure. Insiders claimed the network was in full-blown panic mode, with fears that the lawsuit could escalate into a full-scale reputational disaster. While The View has sparked controversy before, this time was different. The legal implications made it far more damaging. One insider described the atmosphere at ABC as tense and chaotic, with executives walking on eggshells, torn between loyalty to Behar and the mounting pressure to take decisive action.
Oh, please, his opponents are saying to this very day the same rhetoric that led to those two attempts. The second attempted on President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will take political like we have seen in two instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was an That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I am so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2006.
The tension wasn't just at the executive level. Staffers at The View were reportedly divided. Some remained fiercely loyal to Behar, arguing that while her comment was inappropriate, the backlash was overblown. Others felt she had crossed a line, making it difficult to defend her, especially given her supposed support for women's achievements. One anonymous staffer reportedly admitted, "This isn't the first time Joy has put us in hot water, but this time, it feels like there's no way to recover." The division reportedly created a toxic work environment, with whispers about whether other co-hosts might also face fallout. Meanwhile, ABC's legal liability became a major concern. Experts debated whether Behar's remarks qualified as defamation. Some argued Levitt had a strong case due to the personal nature of the comment, while others believed proving malice would be a challenge. One legal analyst warned, even if ABC distances itself from Behar, the fact that they aired the comment could make them partially responsible in the eyes of a jury. No matter how this plays out, one thing is clear. The legal battle ahead is bound to be messy, with ABC caught in the crossfire. Levitt hasn't backed down in the wake of the controversy. In an exclusive interview with a conservative media outlet, she doubled down on her criticism of Behar, calling the comment not just sexist, but wildly unprofessional. She also took the opportunity to highlight her qualifications, listing her experience and accomplishments as proof that her appointment was based on merit, not appearance. This only further energized her supporters, with many praising her poise and willingness to stand up for herself in the face of what they deemed an unfair attack. Then came the announcement no one saw coming. ABC officially confirmed that Joy Behar was leaving The View. While the network's statement was vague, simply saying Behar had decided to step away and wishing her well, insiders claimed ABC executives effectively pushed her out to protect the show's future. Let's be real, The View has weathered plenty of storms, but this one may have been too big to ignore. The public reaction has been a mixed bag. Some celebrated Behar's exit, saying it was long overdue. One viewer wrote, "Maybe they need to cancel ABC altogether. That would fix all the problems." Another chimed in, "I still can't believe this show is on the air." On the other hand, longtime fans of The View are mourning the loss of one of its most outspoken voices, arguing that Behar's departure is the result of political pressure rather than true accountability. Meanwhile, conservative commentators are calling this a major victory, seeing it as a rare instance of a media figure actually facing consequences for their words. What do you think? Did ABC make the right call by cutting ties with Behar, or was she unfairly pushed out? Can The View survive without one of its most infamous hosts? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this explosive scandal. See you in the next one.